U.S. drone strike kills 3 children and other civilians in their homes after it sets off explosives packed by the jihadists who set down the bombs. This is the latest disaster by the Biden administration, after a new ABC poll revealed that only 38% of Americans back Biden's handling of Afghanistan. In other words, more than half of America, 62%, believe that Biden screwed up Afghanistan. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we need to talk about the tragedy happening in Kabul, Afghanistan. Here on Twitter with Disclosed TV. Just in, an explosion rocks #Kabul. The blast hit a residential building west of the airport, cause unclear. So you can see some of the footage here. Now, I've been following this story since Saturday night, and there were some conflicting reports at first. At first, they said a rocket had blown up a single child, and then they said there was an explosion outside Kabul Airport. But now it seems clear the U.S. was doing drone strikes on random ISIS-K targets, and they accidentally set off explosives, which caused collateral damage. Now 3 children are dead, Afghan civilians are dead, and this is what you get from the Biden administration. Destruction, chaos, and tragedy. Now we're going to talk about this, folks, and more, but before we do, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for updates for more content, and share this video. Sharing this video is the best way to help the channel and fight back against the tyranny. And now for a quick shout out to my sponsor. Introducing Webull. Webull is an easy and convenient trading app where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency and stocks, where all you have to do is open an account and deposit $5 to get 2 free stocks. These stocks could be worth up to $1,400. Folks, it's basically free money. Join Webull and deposit your first $5 by clicking the link down below in the description. And we're back. Okay, let's jump right in, folks. Here on Newsweek, only 38% of Americans back Biden's handling of Afghanistan in a poll taken after the attack. Here it says, a new ABC News/Ipsos poll conducted after Thursday's deadly Kabul airport attack found that only 38% of Americans support the way President Joe Biden is handling the situation in Afghanistan. That marked a decline from the 55% of Americans who said in an ABC News/Ipsos survey from July that they approve of it. The new poll was taken on August 27th through 28th, after the suicide bombing outside of the Hamid Karzai airport that claimed the lives of 13 U.S. service members and over 160 Afghans. The survey also found that 84% of Americans believe that U.S. troops should stay in Afghanistan until all Americans are evacuated, regardless of the mission deadline. However, a majority of Republicans and Democrats believe that we should leave Afghanistan. Basically, 86 to 87% of Republicans and Democrats believe that we should evacuate. Because I've been seeing these news stories come out saying, oh, 80% of Americans believe that we should stay in Afghanistan. No, that's not what the polls say. The polls say that 84% of Americans believe that U.S. troops should stay in Afghanistan until we evacuate Americans and/or our allies. Another example of the mainstream media lies. So jumping over to the Daily Mail. Here the story says, 3 children were killed in a U.S. drone strike, targeting multiple suicide bombers planning an attack on Kabul's evacuation airport, just hours after Joe Biden warned of the possibility of another jihadist atrocity following this week's attack. Witnesses said a rocket strike blew up 2 cars parked outside a residential building near the Hamid Karzai airport to the north of Afghanistan's capital. It is believed the vehicles were going to be used in an imminent attack by ISIS-K militants. So, the strike on the vehicles filled with explosives is then believed to have caused a secondary blast, killing and wounding several civilians. There you go. The death toll is expected to rise, with Afghan TV presenter Muslim Shirzad reporting that as many as 6 children were dead, and 9 people in total, including an interpreter who had worked with U.S. troops, and an Afghan army officer due to get married tomorrow. My God, oh man. This is the Biden administration, folks, and it is absolutely disgusting. There was news that Joe Biden was finally going to pay his respects to the 13 U.S. service members who had fallen in combat. Well, I'll tell you what. The families of those people were not all happy. I'm sure you heard of the mother of a Marine who fell in Afghanistan during the Kabul Airport attack. She said, "Biden is a feckless, dementia-ridden piece of crap." Mother of Marine killed in Kabul Airport attack slams the president as he meets families of the 13 dead troops. You probably heard about this because in my last video, I uploaded a clip from a radio show where this mother was talking about Joe Biden, calling him all sorts of things, condemning him for his failures, and just giving this really heartbreaking, painful message about how she lost her son. It's really hard to watch. If you haven't seen the video, I suggest that you go to my channel, you click on the video right before this one, and you give it a listen. It's heartbreaking stuff. Her name was Kathy McCollum, and she was talking about her son, Riley McCollum. We now know the names of all the people who fell. You can see here in the following picture, Joe Biden holding his hand over his heart as the bodies of these men are taken. It's really hard to... One of the things that the mother complained about in the radio show was that Joe Biden did not say a single word about the fallen 13 service members when the attack on Kabul Airport happened and we confirmed that these members had fallen. He didn't say anything. I'm sorry to the families for these losses. He didn't say any of that. He doesn't care. It makes me really sick to my stomach. Only now that people criticize him is Joe Biden bothering to actually pretend like he cares. He did this. And that's literally what she said in the call on the radio show. Joe Biden and the Democrats killed her son. I mean, people in the comment section, my gosh. Jay Smithy says, he has no shame. 8,000 likes. Bullet 1965 says, the sheep that elected this administration is responsible. 7,000 likes. And you've got all sorts of comments saying, why hasn't Joe Biden been impeached? Trump would have been impeached for far less. Trump was impeached for far less. But what kind of leadership can you expect from a loser like Joe Biden? Here on the Daily Mail, I'm not going to answer. Afghanistan now. Biden snaps at a reporter during a visit to FEMA for hurricane briefing after a trip to Dover Air Force Base to receive the bodies of 13 U.S. troops killed in Kabul. So, Biden had another big gaffe where a reporter asked him about Afghanistan, and he said, I'm not going to talk about Afghanistan now. He snaps at a reporter in anger.
I'm not supposed to take any questions, but go ahead.
Mr. President, on Afghanistan.
I'm not going to answer Afghanistan now.
Can you say it's still an
Okay.
acute risk as a reporter?
Is this the kind of leadership we can expect? Not only do you get U.S. Marines and service members killed, not only do you drone strike 3 Afghan children, possibly more, with casualties. When asked about Afghanistan, you're going to get angry and you're going to snap at the reporter? Are you kidding me? Who the F does this guy think he is? An absolute sociopath, an absolute jerk, just despicable, disgusting human being. And he's always saying stuff like, oh, I'm not allowed to take any questions. Oh, they told me only to take these questions. Who is telling the president of the United States what questions to take? Biden is a puppet. That's all he is. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, I think a lot of people don't realize just how much money, just how much stuff the Taliban managed to take. I'm going to take you over to Disclosed TV on Twitter. They say here, Taliban is now in possession of $85 billion worth of U.S. weapons. And it has this cool little infographic that shows us, right? Taliban's new arsenal, they've got tons of Humvees, tons of, oh my gosh, man, look at this. 300,000 assault rifles, tanks, machine guns. Oh my God, actually over 100 helicopters, aircrafts, jets. This is a nightmare. But this is Joe Biden's administration. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Let me know by replying down below in the comment section. As always, support the channel by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. This channel is currently supported by viewers like you. Joining will give you access to a private Discord server. It's members only, so be sure to join. I want to give a special thanks to Steven for your very generous donation. Very much appreciated. I do plan to get health insurance next year, and I'm putting it off until next year, but I will be looking into that. If you want to donate, you can visit my donor box link or send me crypto. Links and addresses are down below. That's all for now, folks. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you all next time.